Let me just make sure we're live in the group because I don't want anyone to miss this.
Okay.
Let's just make sure we are live here. All
I'm gonna go on my phone. Let's see.
right. All right. So we are live in the group. I think we are live. We are good to go in the group. We're recording here. Y'all, I am super, super stoked. Super stoked. We have the one and only, like, I'll just give a brief intro to anyone that doesn't know me, but I'm about to dive right in because we have a legend here. We have a legend here. If you are here with us, drop some ones in the chat so I can see them. But yeah, we're about to get right in. My name is, for those that don't know me, my name is Casey Brown, founder and CEO over here at Digital Kairos. We focus on working with e-commerce brands, online business owners, and helping them scale up. If you want to learn more about me, I don't know, go search around and do that. But today we are talking to the GOAT, who I'm just truly honored and humbled to be working with. But we're talking about how to even grow and scale. Erika, please tell these people if you do paid ads or not.
I do not do paid ads. And that wasn't necessarily
I
intentional,
was gonna say,
but
yeah, like we're gonna get there very soon. But all these people constantly like always reach out to me like, well, I can't do ads, so I can't grow, right? And so like this conversation today, and thank you for like joining me in conversation, but really just put like busting that myth. And yeah, so I'm excited. Erika, let me kick it over to you just for like a intro or anything you want to kick us off with.
all right. So yeah, I'm Erika of Southern Girl Granola. I started this business as a hobby, I guess like 4 years ago. And then, life circumstances pushed me into the reality of the fact that I have the talent and ability to do this full time and not depend on corporations that really don't give a blank about me. I don't have to do that, that I can survive and feed my family and thrive doing this full time. And so I said, okay, universe, I'm listening and let's go. And I've been
Yeah,
going, yeah.
I
I'm,
love. So how long has that been?
so that's only been about 4 or 5 months now. And I said to myself, and I said to the universe, listen, I need to make as much money as I made on my job in order for this to work.
Mm,
And it didn't happen the first month, the second, third, and fourth month, it has happened. Second and third, like exceeded what I made at my job. That next month has been a little more rocky, but I'm not worried. Like I know the formula now and I know how to get there. So yeah.
let's go. Let's go. I didn't even know that like that timeline was that like short right there.
Yeah.
But that is a huge like I hope during this journey like you really stop like it's been a couple months, right? Like I hope that you've been stopping and like celebrating yourself. Yeah, I also, y'all, I need to make this apparent. What you just heard is a story, and what we will continue to hear, just because like I know Erika, is this story of understanding the why, understanding universe, manifestation, things like that, right? We will talk about some like tactical things that she is doing, right? But please understand what she just called out. Like she just went all in and trusted the process. So how
And
do
I
you
feel
get?
like,
Go
oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No,
And I
go
feel
ahead.
like I owe it to myself. I owe it to my children. I owe it to the world to at least commit myself to this business 100% at some point. Like I
Yeah.
knew that I needed that and I wanted that. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. So I'm telling you, you owe it to yourself to make the transition, to give your dreams and your goals 100%. I'm not saying quit your job by any means, but I'm saying plan so that at some point you are giving it 100%. Because one of my greatest fears was not failure, but it was failure for lack of even trying. Like, it's okay if
Mm.
I'm trying and I fail. I'm like, I'm good with it. But if I don't even try, then damn, I don't even know what I could have done. So you at least have to give it a shot and give it 100% at some point.
I love it. I love it. And I share that too. It's like one of my biggest fears, and I think my truly like only biggest fear in life right now is this like fear of ever asking myself like what is, right? It's very aligned with like what you're just saying. Like I never want to look back at anything and any opportunity or any discussion or any like anything and say, man, like what if I would have done that? Like let me just do it. So I don't have to even ask myself that question. I love it. So please talk to me a little bit about what is Southern Girl Granola? How do we get there? Out of all things we could be doing, anything, talk to me a little bit about how we got there.
Yeah, I know a black girl making granola. I know is a kind of a unicorn type situation. But yeah, so it all started when I decided that I really wanted to get serious about my health and I wanted to lose weight. Um, what really prompted me to start trying to lose weight for real, is that I went through a divorce after 15 years of marriage. And I was like, if somebody else is gonna have to look at this thing, I need to get this thing together. So I was like, let's go, girl. So that's when I really started to modify my eating habits and I started working out. And I'm just greedy. So I was like, I need something that I can snack on that's healthier than this ice cream and cake and cookies that I'm eating every day. And so I'm a big fan of if it needs to be done, do it yourself. You know what I mean? So that's how I thought to start making my own little healthy snack. And I became a fitness instructor during this process of working out and trying to lose weight. And I just took some granola in a little Ziploc bag to my Zumba class. And I was like, y'all try this granola and tell me what you think. And they were like, oh, will you sell this to us? And I was like, nah, I'll just give it to y'all. But then so many people started to want it. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna have to sell it. And
Yes.
so now I've gone from my little Ziploc bag to professional labeling. I've got 4 different flavors. I've got CBD, I've got nut free, and I got merch.
Let's
So,
go. Let's go. Period.
so that's how it all started.
Wow. And this, so what's that timeline? What's that timeline from like when we started there?
Let me see. It was probably just started giving it away probably around 2000, honestly. And then I guess I really was, because again, I'm going through a divorce. I'm a mom. I have a corporate job. It probably took about 2 years before I really said I'm gonna start selling this. To be honest, like I'm kind of a turtle when it comes to certain things. I move slow. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was about a 2 year time frame. And then I even then I had this ugly little logo and it was just so homemade and you could tell. And then my friend who is an artist, like I mean, he's a professional artist, just out of the blue, he sends me this logo and he's like, hey, I was moved to create this logo for you. And he sent it. So it's a black girl with an afro. It's a cameo. Like, you know, you normally see that, but it's got the afro girl. And he sent
Love
me
it.
this and that took it to the next level because it looked more professional and it just looked clean. And it was just from that moment on, I was like, let me get a website. Let me,
Yeah.
you know, really start doing this and start working on some new flavors. And that's how it all happened. So
Wow. Yeah, so I call that out, right? Because what people heard, and I talk to people all the time, right? And they're like, all right, I'm gonna do something. Like, well, Erika said, like, you just gotta quit your job and do something that's it's gonna pop off in a month, right? Like, please understand, like, all these stories, and we talk about this a lot, but like, overnight success is always like 10 years in the making, right? It's like a lot of trial, a lot of error. It's a lot of, yo, I'm just selling at the Zumba class, just giving it out for treats. What we were doing though during that was just like completely validating the product though, right? I tell everybody all the time, yes, I'm a great marketer. And I'd say this to folks, you cannot market a bad product and sell it. Like no matter how much you try, like if it's a bad product, it's a bad product, right? So what you were doing for some years even was just like even validating the product. You were validating and going through your own things as like not like getting into this entrepreneur journey, but validating the product and creating an amazing product, right? And that does take time. It does take time. It takes iterations, and we'll continue to ideate and build out your product. But yeah, I wanted to make that clear to folks. It's not just like an overnight success there. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of grind.
And even if you have a good product, you know, your customer service and your enthusiasm and passion about what you do is the most important thing. So whenever customers contact me with an issue, like I make sure I am on it like immediately. And right now it's me. Ultimately, of course, it's going to be a team, but I'll be able to train the team on how I do what I do so they can do it just like me. Because again, outside of your product, people buy into you. We talk about this all the time, you know, in this family. People buy into my passion for this product. If you have like a drop ship business, you know what I mean, and you're just selling other people's products, it's likely that you're not going to be as passionate about it. But I am truly passionate about my brand, my image, and I'm going to say this: I will never give an opportunity to anyone to say, see, that's why I don't deal with Black businesses. You will never be able to say that about me. My customer service will be top notch. My product will be top notch. Your shipping, my delivery, everything about it is vitally important to me to deliver exceptional service from beginning to end. Yeah. Even if you don't like the product, like, you know, it's vital.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. Super vital. On that point, or kind of something you said a little bit earlier, one, this timeline, right? You just told us that this is not like truly an overnight thing, right? So please let me in and help the folks understand how you have been growing this company, scaling this company throughout this time period. And even now, even over the past 4 months where you've now replaced your income, how have you been scaling this thing with no ads?
So I really was bad about posting on social media, even just posting, you know, anything. I was like, these people know I'm selling granola. If they want it, they'll reach out to me. Like that was what you know, while I was working to get a paycheck. Once that changed, I was like, nah, I got to get in front of people like on a regular basis. And I did learn that through this program about how important it is to post consistently, to post good content, and to just stay in front of people. So once I started doing that consistently, I started, like, you know how you get your notifications on your phone that you got an order? Like it used to be like once a week. I was like, oh, I love order, you know?
now how that ding going off? How that ding going off?
And that ding is going off several times a day. I'm like, yes, every time though. Like I do a little dance. Like you said, do I take moments to celebrate? I really have not taken time to just look at the big picture because I'm so busy trying to make this picture prettier and get these numbers up. But every time I hear that ding, I'm like, yes, thank you, universe. Thank you, ancestors. I'm like, every time I be sure to give thanks. Even to be honest with you, one of my processes when I am making the granola, I am literally speaking affirmations over the granola to everybody that tastes it, thinks about it, sees a post about it, hears about it, smells it. Like I am literally doing this every time I bake the product. And as I'm working to get this process ready to go into manufacturing, it's going to be printed. Like as you drop these products into this mixer, say this. And if people aren't willing to do that, they're not right for my team because it's been part of my foundation. So that's going to be key as I grow. So anyway, I started posting things on social media. And then when I joined this group, I learned little tips. I learned how to create content because my content was kind of whack. It's still lackluster, but I'm getting
Stop.
I need to make some videos. I know I need to take probably some professional photos because I do want to be the face of my product. Like I am the face of Southern Girl Granola. So doing all that to even make it even better. But yeah, just consistently posting is what got it started. Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, and I, you know, this what made it really go over the top was one day this radio show announced, and it was way in the morning. They were like, "Hey, before
this, because I need y'all. I know where you're about to go with this because I know it. Y'all, please, I need drop some like ones in this chat. Like Erika and y'all saw I didn't ask the question. Erika is about to share some huge gems and some huge things that you should be aware of in the scaling journey. I wasn't even gonna like ask you this specific question because like this is what I'm talking about around like just fam, right? I needed to pause and stop because this is a huge gem. Like, please listen to this. Please take this gem. Please throw some ones in the chat as Erika gets into that. All right, go ahead.
All right, so they just said, hey, if your side hustle became your main hustle during the pandemic, I want you to call in. I was like, oh, that's me. So I called in, and I don't know, it was the universe. I got through the first time, and they were like, what's your name and where you calling from? I said it like I was driving at the time, so I pulled over. I was like, I don't want the call to drop. I don't want any static in this line. Like, I need to be clear. Because I know in my mind, I'm about to answer this question, but I am absolutely about to plug Southern Girl Granola. Absolutely. So when they came back on the line, I was like, hey, this is Erika. I'm with Southern Girl Granola. And I didn't even give them a chance to stop me. Like, I just went into it. I was like, I've been laid off 2 times during the pandemic, and that motivated me to start my own business. You hear this energy? Like, this just comes natural. Like, this is how I'm sounding on the radio. And it's Southern Girl Granola. My website is southerngirlgranola.com. You can follow me at Southern Girl Granola on Instagram, Southern Girl Granola on Facebook. I have cranberry, dark chocolate, sweet potato, which is a flavor I invented, and original granola. It feeds your mind, body, and soul. Like, I just had my elevator pitch ready. Ready. And then what I did was I said, I'm going to offer a discount to your listeners today. If they enter code SWAY, they'll get a discount if they place an order today. And like, I just went in. Like, and then once I finished, like, the DJs were silent. And then I heard one of them say, dang, she was ready. Period though. So, and then I was like, I would love to send y'all some granola because I heard this, and to be honest, this just happened to be what I listened to every morning when I was driving to work. You know, I had satellite radio. It is on satellite radio. But anyway, I heard the main DJ Sway say he likes granola and he gets his granola from Costco. So I was like, yeah, Sway, I know you like granola, but you get your granola from Costco. Mine is way better. And he was like, are you granola shaming me? So again, I'm just being me, right? I'm not being fake. I'm not being stoic. I'm not being, all pretentious. Like, I'm just talking my talk, right? And they gave me their address. I shipped them some granola because in my mind now, once they get it, hopefully they're going to say something about it on the radio again. Yeah. So let me just say that day, I probably got 85 orders that day. Because on this radio station in particular, they promote community support. Like, they're big on it. And when they are talking to me and they're going to my Instagram and they're like, oh yeah, she got it, and then they start saying, they call their listeners the citizens. Citizens, go and support Southern Girl Granola. And they dropped my handles again. That was it. Once they got it, I found another reason to call back. Right? Got through. Period. And this time, Heather B was like, oh, I got your granola. I love it. It is this. I mean, this granola was kissed by God. I'll never forget she said that. She posted it on her social media, about another 50 orders that day. So then I said, dang, like, I need to figure out how to keep this going and maybe do it once a month. Sway didn't give me his address, and when I called him, he was like, well, I didn't get mine. I was like, yeah, you didn't send me your address, right? Yeah. I'm like, so anyway, he sent it. He got it. Like, then Randy, I'm listening to the radio like I always do. He's like, Erika with Southern Girl Granola. Man, I got this granola. This granola is the bar, it is the best ever. If you're listening, call me now. I was like, oh my God.
It's by the gods, baby.
Yeah, I called and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe how good this granola is. Whoop de whoop. So I'm building a relationship. Like, they're my brand ambassadors. They don't even know it.
Yeah.
That was, I want to say April 26th or something like that initial call took place. Yeah. Again, because they have a reason for us to call in every day. Like, it's motivational Monday, Wednesday, there's something else on Tuesday, something else on Thursday. And I would just find reasons to call back. And like, now they know my voice. Heather B, the other DJ, just told me yesterday, because she has another show, called in on that show too. She gave rap artist Redman some of my granola. And she was like, he loved it. He's going to be in touch with you. I don't know what that means, but I'm just looking for it. And I follow him on social media. So I'm going to be reaching out tomorrow if I don't hear from him. So this was just really one opportunity that thankfully I found a way to maximize. And that's what it's about, maximizing opportunities. I don't care what they are. I started carrying samples with me everywhere I go. And I'm like, hey, I have this granola company. I'm giving it to them because, to be honest, people are not just going to order granola because they see an ad saying it's granola. They have to either experience me or taste it.
Yep.
Once one of those happen, I feel like I got them. But again, I have to maximize the opportunity.
And Rachel just put this in the chat too. It's just like being like shameless, like, okay, I'm about to call this people, like I'm going to have my energy, I'm going to talk my talk, right? Like I'm going to be me, because I know people, and I say it all the time, like people fall in love with people, and you are so aware of this, right? And people like, I love you, right? And it's just like this buy-in, and if they don't, that is not like you're not for everybody, I'm not for everybody, no, but nobody's for everybody. Everybody has their own people, right? But so often we try to like see the competition, see what's going on, see this, and shape something that doesn't even like fit us, right? This is a story about, yes, manifestation, universe. This is a story about authenticity, right? This is a story about not being shameless. This is a story about being so excited about what you have to offer and sharing that, right? Yeah. And that is what, like, it's huge. I meet some about people all the time, right? I'm talking to folks all the time. I'm like, well, tell me about your business. It's like, oh, I sell granola. Like, okay, well, like, do you like it? Like, right? What is that? Like, I sell something kids by the gods, baby. Like, yes. Like, and if you're watching this right now, I just put it in the chat. I need to do this right now. I love, and I put this in the chat, when one of us win, we all win. If anybody goes and orders some granola right now, send me the screenshot. I have something special for you. I dropped the link. Please, if you don't, you don't. If you go buy some though right now and take a screenshot of it, you should just go buy some without it. But if you go buy something, take a screenshot, send it over to me. I got something special for you. With that, nice. with that, talk to me a little bit about, like, I obviously know this because I work with you, but talk to me a little bit about like the brand ambassadors, right? Like, how did this like idea come about? Outside of like these huge people that you're talking about, Sway, Heather B, you do have this other kind of like engine running right now, right? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, and again, this is an idea that I got from the program because I didn't really think about this before. But so I'm a fitness instructor, and there are like professional bodybuilders that are my friends or that are in my circle. Like they go and compete nationally. And when I learned from this group about soliciting brand ambassadors to push your product, they were the first people that came to mind. So I was like, I'm going to reach out to a few of these people. They had already bought my product because I was a vendor at a couple of the professional bodybuilder competitions. So they kind of knew of me. So I was just like, I'm going to reach out to them. I composed this email and I really sent it in Facebook Messenger. Like it wasn't anything super formal, but I was like, you know what? Thank you for your support of my product in the past. I want to, because of your love of it and because of what you do or something like that, I ask you to be my brand ambassador. And I flat out said, I cannot pay you to be a brand ambassador, but I'll make sure you have free product on a regular basis. All I ask that you do is strategically place my product in whatever you regularly do while you're working out, while you're shopping, when you're eating it for breakfast. Talk about it, post about it, post a picture of you with the product in the t-shirt. I send them a t-shirt as often as you think about it. And I appreciate it. Let's see what happens. It was something like real informal like that. Some of them didn't reply. Some of them did. And thankfully, 2 did that were very interested, and they have really been on it. Like they have done videos. They have posted themselves dancing when the product got in. They have posted their family members stealing the granola. One of them, his wife is also a bodybuilder and she's even a judge. And she made this video about how me and my husband don't share products. So I had to order my own. And, she made a video and they have just really taken this role of ambassador. And I send them granola every week. Like, as you can see, I'm giving away product, right? And it's pretty significant after I ship it and, and all that. But it is giving me a return that is much more than the cost of the granola I'm giving away for free. So anyway, the ambassadors have just really taken off with it. They talk about how the CBD granola helps her child who is ADHD, or, they just really go all in and they have just given it 100%. I'm still sending these messages out to get more brand ambassadors and to get fresh faces. So it's not like a one-hit wonder. You got to keep at it. You got to keep trying to get ambassadors. And pay attention to who's hot on social media. Because I don't know if y'all know Crayola brand, like Crayon Case makeup, but like Super, like that's her name. Yeah. She's from New Orleans and she was selling beignets in New Orleans several years ago, like a waitress at a beignet shop. She is now a multi-millionaire. And I'm not gonna lie, like I reached out to her a couple of times and I reached out to Tabitha Brown as well. Like they didn't respond, but look, if they continue to see my product, if I ever get an opportunity to meet them, they gonna know me. They gonna be like, oh yeah, you that girl that's been sending me that granola. And boom. So don't worry if you don't get a response, like just keep at it. Keep your product in front of them. Or make sure they're seeing you on social media. Just don't get discouraged and just know that nothing that you're doing is wasted. If they plant that seed, but just continue to water it and you will eventually see it grow. Just don't let it dry up. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what I just heard, and y'all will often see me, y'all will always see me with a pen because I am always learning. I am a student of the game. I tell everybody that. So I hope y'all are taking notes because I'm over here learning and taking notes, right? But what I heard is this story around just like even leveraging people, right? Leveraging people. And I think this is very important, right? Everybody couldn't do this, right? What you are really good at and what all entrepreneurs, if we're building businesses, what we should be good at and what I should be taking away from this conversation is the importance of relationships, right? It is the importance of really being like very passionate about what I'm offering, what I'm selling, so that these other people that are boosting this and everything else are also passionate and want to create additional videos and go live with their spouse and do all this fun stuff with it because I, as the owner, am so passionate about it and believe so much in it, right? But leveraging these brand ambassadors, reaching out to these people, it is the story around just like being like shameless, right? I love that Rachel used that word because it is that. Like, I'm going to reach out to these people. If they don't answer, they don't answer. What did I lose? If they do answer, I have now a great brand ambassador who is probably going to make content for me for a long time. And or reaching out to these celebrities. So just like you said, one day I'm gonna get in front of them and they're gonna know who it is, right? Like they're gonna know who I am. Right. So I love that. I love that story. And
everybody may not have the personality. Like I'm an enthusiastic, energetic person. Right? Everybody's not like me. So it's important, one, that as I build my team, I find people like me. Like, because I want to eventually have sales representatives that are going to places that I want to be in. They need to represent me. And if you are not this person, find somebody to be the face of your product that is. Like if you're not comfortable pitching your product with passion, because honestly, everybody just doesn't have it like this. Like they can make the product, they can handle the administrative stuff, they're good behind the scenes, but being in front of people is a challenge. One, find maybe a speech coach or a coach to help you get over whatever fears you have. Like I think that's the best option, but you have to find a way to be comfortable putting yourself out there. Like even if it's a fear, you got to figure out a way to get over that fear, because at this point in my life, like my future, my finances, my family depends on it. So I don't have time to play. If you have to just switch your mind and say, I'm an actor when I'm selling my product and I can act this out then I can go back into my shell. You gotta get it figured out, because if you are not passionate about it and people don't see that and feel that, it's less likely that they're going to be interested in buying it. So
100%.
Yeah, so find a way to get that figured out quickly.
I love that. I love that. It is something I do, and I don't know if I've shared this, but I am naturally like super introverted. I am now an extrovert, introvert turned extrovert because of my work. But often, especially like when I was first starting out, like and talking to these huge corporations and doing these like it was like I am acting right now. I am just playing this role and I am acting, and you just go for it, right? But you have to do it. You have to do it. In this world, in the digital age that we are living in, you have to put yourself out there. You have to. And I need somebody.
Even Beyonce created Sasha Fierce because that lets her be a whole nother persona that Beyonce is not. Whether it's more sexual, more provocative, whatever it is that makes more sales, Sasha Fierce is different from Beyonce. So if you have to create a persona for yourself, like maybe I'm not Erika. When I'm working for Southern Girl Granola, I'm Southern Girl. And Southern Girl.
Southern Girl. I love it.
You know, if that helps you, do whatever you need to do, because look at Beyonce. I mean, come on. She's extremely talented, beautiful, fine. Like, what? Why would she be nervous? But she wanted to take her career to another level. So she was like, Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce can be a little more provocative. Sasha Fierce can be a little more freaky, whatever Sasha Fierce does. But even Beyonce had to come up with an alter ego to help take her career to the next level. So it works.
No, even, and I say this often, even Beyonce runs ads, but that's a story for another day, folks. It's a story for another day. No, I have I think two more questions. I just want to be respectful of your time. One, I have one statement. The people, and nobody has actually said this, but I'm just saying this because I still need to see the lives doing the cooking and everything else, but we're gonna get there. Tell me if I was just like somebody watching this, stumbled across this, I'm watching it, love your energy, passionate, and like, okay, like now is maybe the time for me to like go all in on my dreams or start a company. And maybe it's not granola, right? But to start something. Any advice like you would share with me or anybody else that's watching this?
Yeah, so one of the first things I would say is make your processes simple on the front end, like whatever the process is and the steps. Because I started this as a hobby, like I've recently started to realize my processes and my steps are pretty elaborate. Like from the baking of the granola to the personalized thank you card, I'm like, dang, why do I do this? You know? So start simple, like streamline your steps from the beginning and start to track how you do what you do. So that, again, you can start training people on how you do it. And that can start out from the beginning. Another thing is if you're not good at something or you don't know how to do it, like initially I spent a lot of time making flyers, and those flyers were so janky and unprofessional looking. Like outsource what you're not good at or what you don't like to do, whether that be creating your flyers, creating a logo, bookkeeping, accounting. Because one thing about starting a business based on something that you're passionate about, you're not thinking about the administrative side of it. Like I bake granola. Like I ain't thinking about running no ads and barely, I wasn't initially thinking about bookkeeping and all that. I'm like, oh, we'll figure that out later. No, like start with that up front. Hire people and outsource what you don't know how to do or what you're not good at. You'd be amazed. It doesn't cost as much as you might think. Okay. Another thing is post on social media consistently. I don't care if it's a picture of your child eating it or your child using it, your mama using it. If you use hair care, if you got long hair, post a picture of your long, whatever it is. Post it consistently. And another thing that I learned here that I wasn't doing before is leverage your competitors because they've already done it. Like go to your competitor's website, see what it looks like, make your website look like that, see what kind of ads they're posting, make your ads look like that if you're running ads. but see what they're doing and do what they're doing. Like you don't have to recreate the wheel. Like it's already done. Somebody's already done it, so leverage that as well. Make decisions about your growth based on data. Now, this is not something that I started doing because I didn't care about data. Like I bake granola. Again, I'm back of the house. Like granola, I mean, all this stuff is kind of another part of the house that I didn't want to go in one of those rooms. But if you make your decisions based on data, you will truly know if what you're doing is working or not. Because like when I first started this and I wasn't keeping track, a good friend of mine said, let's do your financials and see what you're spending on your products versus what you are making. And that caused me to raise the price of my granola. I was like, I ain't making no money. Like, I'm losing. So once I saw that, but even then I said, people aren't going to pay this price for this granola. Like, they are not. Like, this is too much. But they do over and over. They're doing it. Every day this phone is going off while I got it turned off, but I'm still getting orders. Like, it is happening. So don't worry about that. Charge your price, and then people who want to pay it will pay it. People who don't won't, and that's not your problem. Okay. Get your social media handles consistent. Like you don't want to be like Southern Girl Eats on Facebook, Southern Girl Munchies on Instagram, and I'm just Southern Girl Granola on my website. If people have to overthink about how to find you, they just won't. As a consumer, that's what I do. I'm like, what? That's too much to figure out. I'm just go to Costco and get this granola. You know what I mean? So make it simple. Make sure your handles are the same across the board and just stick with that. It may not be your exact company name, but make it relatable, but make it consistent, because if it's confusing, people ain't gonna deal with it. Get your trademarks, your patents, establish your LLC. If you're gonna be incorporated, like do all of that up front so that you are a viable business from the beginning. Now, I didn't develop a business plan up front. I mean, and actually I'm really kind of just working on it now. I highly encourage you to do that because it helps you set your goals, again, based on data. And it helps you direct your business in the direction that's going to take it to the next level and to the next level and to the next level. It's, there are templates out there. You can outsource that, but do it. Like, it helps you stay on track, okay? And the next thing is just set your mind on success. Don't, like I was saying, people ain't gonna pay this kind of money for this granola. I'm be honest with you, I wouldn't pay that kind of money for my granola. Now, there are things I don't mind paying that kind of money for because that's, it's whatever I'm into. But don't discount or discredit yourself or your product, your price, any of that. Fix your mind on success only. Failure is gonna come up, but what I do, I have created just a word for my own mind because my mind takes me places I don't want to go. My mind takes me to fear, doubt, worry. That is my default. I got a spiritual reading recently, and she said to me, when you're in uncomfortable situations, your mind creates problems that aren't even there. Like you're creating problems in your mind and worrying about things that aren't even valid. But it's my own mind. So I have a keyword that tells my mind, stop this. And it is only wins. Like when those thoughts come in, and it could happen 50 times a day. And I say to myself, only wins. So that my mind knows, look, get these thoughts of failure, fear, and worry out of here. Like you gotta go. That is the signal to those thoughts, you gotta go, only wins. And that is a practice that helped me when I was going through a divorce. Like if fear and doubt came in my mind, or go back to this sorry dude or whatever, I would praise was what I did. I would just say, thank you, God, that I am free. Thank you, God, that I don't have to worry about that. Thank you, God, that I have been released. Like you find what works for you, but you have to tell your own mind, we're not thinking that. We're not feeling that. We're not allowing that. Wins only. And I mean, you have to stay in that mode. And that makes you hungry, that makes you aggressive, that makes you fearless. Like I'm a lion when it comes to my business now. I'm like, I ain't no puppy or no kitten. Like I'm the Southern Girl lion. And I'm going out here and I'm gonna roar and everybody's gonna hear it. And so that's just, that comes from here. But I think it starts here in my heart, right? And then it manifests in my mind because that's what I feel and that's what I know in my heart. And I even feel like the universe is being gracious to me right now because I still don't have some things in place. But once it's in place, the floodgates are going to open. Like I have no doubt that it's going to open. Like I don't necessarily have aspirations to be in Walmart and Target. Like that's just not my goal because I hear the profit margins are small and I'm not interested in that. But I want to go into like hotel gift shops, hospital gift shops, coffee shops, Airbnbs. And that is where I want to be successful, and I want to be wildly successful, and I will. So make up your mind and decide that it's wins only. That's it. Even when you fail, you're gonna be like, that's all right. Here's the win in this moment. Here's what I won, and here's what I learned, and here's where I can grow from this failure. And you just gotta move in that direction. So
I love it. I love it. Wow. I took some notes on that. Let me recap some of the things that you just said because it was so impactful. First thing, make the processes simple. Those front end processes, make them simple. 2, hire and outsource what you're not good at. Just do it, right? It will pay back tenfold. Hire, outsource, get something that you're not good at, right? Post consistently. That sounds easy and all you are gonna be like, yeah, I do. No, you don't. Post consistently, post consistently, post consistently. Make decisions on growth based on numbers. That, you know, that is music to my ears, but make decisions based on the numbers, not on the feeling, not on what your mama said, not on what the kids think, not on what that person hated on the comments, not because you feel like you're selling too much. Make the decisions based on numbers. And you made this caveat that I need to call out. Charge your prices. If you're listening to this right now, increase your prices. Let me tell you, I have not met one person that I have ever worked with, and I've worked with a lot of people, talked to a lot of people. I have not ever met one person that regretted increasing their prices. Right. If you're listening, Erika, go increase the price right now. I hope y'all bought when I said bought because Erika's about to increase the prices. Make decisions on growth based on numbers. Get the social media handles consistent. I love that tip. I love that tip. I won't go into it. You did a great job there. Get them consistent. Get the paperwork up front. LLCs, trademark, business plans. I love that. And the key thing, and I think you know how much mindset means to me, but key thing, set the mind on success. Success only. And I love that tangible around have a keyword. When you get there, acknowledge it, be aware. Okay, I'm here. I'm saying self-doubt, fear is creeping in. Word, boom, we're out. Only wins. I'm about to set my word. I love that. Yeah. Mine is gonna be like top dollar.
Yeah, no, you can be like, I'll case the ace.
Period. That's it. Case the ace is over. No, I love that. I love that. I love that. Wow. Please drop some ones in the chat if you took some gems away from that. I don't know how you couldn't, but Erika, I want to be respectful of your time. I know we've been chatting a while, so I need to wrap us up by saying this. One, thank you so much for this. I know I'm going to be personally just rewatching this. So many gems, right? So many gems. The key here is like, I get this question a lot, right? Which is why I even wanted to have this conversation with you around, well, if I can't do ads, like how can I grow, right? We're doing that every day. Like there's an option, right? The key to take away from this is just this like energy as an entrepreneur, right? This like mindset as somebody that is going all in on something. I also meet people every day. It's like, get rich quick. Like, I just want to build this to get rich. Like this is a different level and mindset when we are building businesses as entrepreneurs, as real life business owners. And it's a whole different game, whole different mindset, whole different energy. And that's what you're bringing. And that's why I love working with you, truly. Again, thank you for all of these gems. I do have one more question. I have
one more gem too.
Yes, drop the gem.
Like I told you that I, got great success from calling in on that radio show. I'm going to encourage you to try to do that because it's free. Like it's free advertisement. Every morning, I have this app on my phone called iHeartRadio. I'm listening to the Breakfast Club. I'm listening to the Steve Harvey Show. I'm listening to Ricky Smiley. I'm listening to all the national, like Monday, I may listen to the Breakfast Club all day. Tuesday, I may listen to Ricky Smiley all day. I am looking for opportunities to call in and talk about my business. Like as I'm baking granola, morning is the best time because it's the highest time that people are listening. They're commuting to work. They're starting their day. And a lot of people just listen to radio stations. They have people calling in to fill up time all the time. Whatever the topic is, make your pitch fit. So like if they say, we're calling in asking for relationship help, I'm gonna call in and be like, yeah, I stopped my corporate job and started my own business and my man wants me to go back to work. Whatever. Look, my business is southerngirlgranola.com. I sell gourmet granola, 4 flavors, drop that. And I really want to continue to pursue this. What's your advice for me? Y'all better get creative. Like that is getting your information to thousands, to millions of people. I don't care if 5 people say, I'm gonna call this girl because I don't want her husband or boyfriend to be trying to treat her like this. And I like her energy and I'm gonna order, whatever it is. I spend every morning. I don't know how I just keep getting through on Shade 45. That's the radio station Shade 45 and it's Sway in the Morning. That's the show I've gotten in on several times. I get put on hold for a long time. Sometimes they just hang up, but I don't stop because this is the fastest way to reach a significant number of people in one pop. But again, if you're like, well, my website is this and then my social media, like people gonna be like, she ain't serious. He ain't serious. You gotta be a professional. Even though I am who I am, like you can tell that I'm not playing games with it. Like I'm a professional, even though I'm kind of crazy in my presentation or kind of energetic, whatever it is in my presentation. I still got my shit together. So have it together, have your elevator pitch, and just, even if they don't ask you, just go into it. Because once it's out there, they can't bring it back. And you dropped it, and somebody's going to pick it up. So radio stations and try to get in on one of those call-ins.
That was a huge gem. Unfortunately, most people probably won't even watch, probably won't even get to it. We know how people are, right? So if you're watching right now and you just pick that up, execute on that gem. Execute on that gem. We hold nothing back. Like I say this all the time. Some people are always like, why are you just always like sharing so much information? Because like I'm in my lane. I'm thriving in my lane. I'm gonna share as much information as possible because my lane is my lane. Ain't nobody coming in my lane, right? What is for me is for me. I love that, Erika. I love how freely you share, how much you give back. Because some people would have like held on to that, and like it's enough for us all to win.
Realize I hit the numbers I hit until Casey was like, I want you to tell people. I was like, people don't want to listen to me. I went back and I was like, damn, look at what I've done. Like, because I don't really, look, I wasn't a data person before I joined this group. And I'm like, again, I have to recreate this moment and find ways to continue to do this. Like the formula, I had it. Now I just got to execute in addition to other things too.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. I only have one more question for you just to wrap us up. If anybody out there is thinking about working with me, what would you tell them?
So I would tell them it's a big investment on the front end, but let me tell you, even more than the information and the processes that you give us, being able to connect with like-minded people every day is so impactful. When you see, because y'all see, like, I'm up now, but y'all don't want to call that day. I was like, look, listen, this ain't working. So being on the phone and having somebody make you focus on your business every day is so impactful, because otherwise you're really out here loosey goosey, like, let me try this, let me see if this works, let me see if this, what's gonna happen when I do this. Like, it helps you to hone in on what needs to be done. To be honest, even if you're not doing it exactly the way they recommend, you know you got to do it at some point, because they're not basing what they teach us on a whim, a gut feeling, a recommendation. They're basing it on data. And if you don't think major corporations and major companies have become as successful as they have based on data, you're crazy. They are not out here, they follow their gut sometimes, but typically that is after the data has already made them successful. So I cannot emphasize the power of connectivity of like-minded people. Because y'all see me doing it, it's gonna help you say, okay, all right, she's doing it. Okay, I can do it. And like that day I was in the dumps, I had all y'all just encouraging me and showing me love. I would not have gotten that otherwise. Like, my sister and my cousin, like, they can try to encourage me, but y'all working in corporate America, y'all don't know this. Y'all don't know this entrepreneur struggle.
It's another grind.
Think through things the way we have to think through things. And I'm telling you, it was worth it because of that alone. I see other people like getting excited about one sale. I see people saying, well, I didn't get a sale this week, but here are the steps I'm taking. It helps you understand that you have to have intention behind what you do. You have to have the mindset to execute. And there are people like Favor, Shannon, y'all do this homework? Because I'm not just giving it to y'all because I feel like it. Y'all got these ads set up yet? Well, why not? Your friends are not going to be asking you questions like that because they don't know. You are with a group of people who have seen they have the formula. They're going to give you the formula. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get tired of hearing them say, oh, the video is in the, what's it called?
In the portal. It's in the portal, bro. It's in the portal.
Like, you're going to be like, I ain't got time to watch these damn videos in this portal. But it is going to help. Just like when I came in, to me, Irene was me. Like, I'm like, man, she got it together. She is on it. Like, I want to be her. And look, like, I'm Irene. Like, and Irene said, open your computer, open the portal, watch it and do the step. Watch it, pause it, do the step. Watch it, pause it, do the step. And it's just that simple. Like, you don't have to figure it out. It's already done. You ain't got to figure it out. Somebody has come before you, laid down the formula. You just have to do it. And when you do, that's when you're going to learn, oh, I've been having this site 5 years and ain't even verified. You know, I have to verify my business. I have to do this. Like, going through the steps that you would not know that you didn't have to go through, this group helps you know what it is and get it done. So do it.
Nah, I love it. I love it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate those words. I truly just love to, yeah, let's go.
Everyone on Casey's team operates in excellence and nothing less. That is one thing that I think our community lacks. Like, we can be content in mediocrity. We can be content in just good enough. Casey's team, they're so on top of their game. It makes me say, dang, I need to step my stuff up a little bit, because if I'm looking at Casey's team, they're inspiring me and helping me understand what it means to consistently operate in excellence. They don't half-ass anything. When she says my goal is to over-deliver, like, she means that. Her whole team understands that that is the mission, and they execute that consistently, from the way they communicate to what they send you, to letting you know this meeting is coming up, to letting you know here are the videos. Like, it is absolute excellence. And I don't see that often from Black businesses. I'm just going to be straight with you because I'm just straight like that. I see white businesses and major corporations operate at this level. To see Casey and her team in action makes me want to cry almost. Like, God, this is beautiful. And they have not faltered, like ever.
Like, you're about to make me like shed a tear for real. Like, and I tell people all the time, like, I don't need that. But it's a lot of time. It's like Erika was saying this earlier though, right? Around like the team, the customer service, like the level that you try to operate at, right? Internally, everybody gets tired of me, but it is this level. And I am so fortunate to have people surrounded by me and work with folks that care at the level that I do, right? Not to say we don't make mistakes, we don't mess up, but like we care. We truly care. In this space and just
that excellence. So keep that in mind. Like, because when you know that their goal is excellence, even when they fall a little bit short, you're like, hey, I know what the aim was.
Yep.
Like, moon, stars, I'm still good.
Yeah. No, yeah. And it's this commitment we have to just serving people. And I'm so fired up about my work and what I'm blessed and honored to do. And again, Erika, thank you for allowing me on your journey. Thank you for this talk today. I just had some quick ideas though that I just like pinged you while you know how I get going. So I'll add some more color to what I was just messaging you because I just had to get them out of my head. But again, just thank you for your energy. Thank you for those words, truly. And yeah, y'all, I hope y'all took the mega gems away from this. I'm gonna say this one more time. If y'all go support, screenshot me, message it to me right now. And I got something for you guys. Let's feed in and support our community. Erika just dropped so many gems, y'all. If you are able, please go say thank you by supporting and checking her out and send me the screenshot because I want to say thank you to you as well. Again, Erika, thank you so much for this. And I will chat with you soon.
All right, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.